Welcome in, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Cookies, and I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. Currently Dead by Daylight main maybe, but we're not going to get into that. I have an addiction. I also like to do Vroid tutorials on YouTube. I was trying to do some Sims videos, but I can't keep up. Sims is ever changing, and I feel like I'm just always behind. So we're going to stick with what we know, Vroid. Today we're going to do another tutorial. We're going to work on tails today. I know I said I might do mouse ears, but I think the animal ears tutorial actually did pretty good. If anybody wants a specific animal ear tutorial, I'd be happy to pull one of those out. So just let me know in the comments below. So I recently had a comment on one of my videos by someone named TMH. They have a YouTube account. I kind of snooped them a little, I'm not gonna lie. And I wanted to say a big thank you. So if you guys have a minute, will you pop on over to their YouTube channel and give them a little subscribe? Doesn't cost you a thing and only takes a second. I appreciate it so much. Their comment was so kind, it made me want to do another video right away. And that's why I'm doing this one. I knew I had wanted to do it for a while, but turns out I was lacking in a bit of motivation. And that comment, it's what's driving me forward right now. So let's go over there to TMH's YouTubes and just give them some love. Say hi. Say Cookies says you're a pretty awesome person. Thank you. Add a freehand group. Call this freehand group Tail. There we go. So I'm going to pull out the bottom. I'm going to pull out the one next to it. I'm going to do this all the way to the top. This is just so that I can make it easier for me to see which ones belong pointed up and pointed down. Pulled some of these way too far down. I don't know what I was thinking there, but we're going to work with it. Start bringing the ones up that you know are going to be pointed out. Bring up your center point, and there we go. Okay, now I've got to pull out this back portion a little bit. I'm going to take off my mirror button, pull this one out. We're going to grab the one up next to it, do the same, and again, until we get something kind of like this. I do like to give my tail a little tilt at the end, so I might pull this down, but out a little further. I'm gonna bring these ones up just a little bit, just so the tail sits right on his tailbone, hopefully. I don't know how well this angle is gonna work. I think I just need to bring that down a bit. There we go. So let's do a test. We're going to go ahead and we're going to select the same color as the ears, which is this one right here. Now I'm going to look at the position, and you can see where the center line is because it's the one with all our green dots on it. So that's very convenient for us. So that's where we're going to want to put our tail. So next we're going to go into our parameters because you know we love these parameters. These are what make everything shaped the way we want it to. We're going to select the tail and we're going to change the parameters over here. We're going to say the width needs to be 1.5. I'm going to bring the thickness up to, you know, I'm not really sure. Let's try 1.5. Okay, so this is our ear shape that we had before, but we don't want that shape for this tail. We want the tail to be thicker at the, just below the tip, and then thinner at the end. Something kind of like this. It's very, very flat. I thought we had selected, oh. So it's supposed to be diamond, and now it looks funny. So let's go 0.9. No? 0.9? 5? There we go. as you can see, we want a bit more width to it because it does poof out quite nicely, but it should be a little wider right about here. So we're going to go back, select it. Okay. Now our width is 1.5, so let's try 1.9. And that might be too far, but that's okay, we can correct it. I'm actually kind of fond of that 1.9. I like that. Okay. So we have a foxtail just about. The one thing I might do, because most foxes I see have little white tips to their tails. So I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to duplicate this color. I'm going to change the main base color, and that's the only one I'm going to change, just because I want to be able to find this one. So let's go ahead and bring that. We're just going to make it black so we know which one's the right one. Okay. Go into textures. It's more than likely the last one that's at the bottom here, but sometimes it's not, so we might have to choose a different one. No, that's the one, I think. Yeah, it's got the black. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this texture, and we are going to go ahead and do some changes to it. I'm going to call this texture Foxtail. I'm going to go in with my eraser on this. And I kind of want to find like a color that's on the ear. So let's see what we can do here. The best way to do this is to open your ear one. That's not it. There it is. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy the base color. I'm just going to put it everywhere. And maybe add a little bit of a white tip to this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move our highlight back to design. We're going to move that highlight position to the end of the tail. I think I've got too much white going on there. So I'm going to see if I can move the highlight position a bit. Okay, we're almost there. We're going to go with probably 1.6. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm okay with that. Let's try 1.7. I forgot that every time I hit these numbers, my girl does stuff. Let's try 1.75. I kind of like that. It's got a little white tip. Makes him look all foxy. Foxy boy. Very, very nice. This is going to work the same if you want to do a cattail. So if that's what you want to do, we're going to hide the visibility. Cattail, the only difference is how you shape the end of that tail. Okay? Because the cattail is a little bit skinnier, but still kind of the same. So I'll just show you. You can go in after you've drawn it even and change the shape. And say, well, no, that's not what I was going for. I want a rounded top. How do I make that happen? And you just play around with it until you get what you're looking for. You can delete these by right-clicking. It's only going to delete the ones in the center. Did you see that? I saw it for a second. And there's a cattail for you. Something very similar. I did this one flat. But remember, what you just do is you select it, you go in here, go to the diamond shape, and you see that that is really wacky, but it could be a squirrel tail. And you just go ahead and change the thickness. So a thickness of 0.1 is quite thin. So let's go 0.5, and we have a fluffy cattail right there. That cattail's pretty cute. I'm kind of liking the way it's all zigzagged out. And we can move our highlight position if we don't like where it sits. That's way too low. I like to put it closer to the top of the tail, maybe even right on that bend right there. And there you have a cattail. It's a little thick. So if we don't like that, just go on in and do 4-5. We can change the width of it a bit. And there you have a different version of the same tail. You can make beaver tails this way. You can make any animal tail this way. This is pretty amazing. You can even be creative and do little circles attached to the tushy area and make a little bun tail. I know you guys are so creative, so give it a go. I bet you can do amazing things. All right, we're gonna go back. Keep our foxtail on, because now we have to add some spring bones. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna select the tail, create a bone group. Bone count is going to be quite small. We're gonna do, I think, 2. I'm gonna put that fixed point right about there. I'm gonna take the stiffness down to 30. I'm going to add a teeny tiny amount of gravity. We're going to check it out in the camera and see what happens. Go to pose. I'm just going to put him on walking, so we can see if that tail moves at all. Still very stiff when he walks, but it does have some movement. I want to give the tip a little bit more movement if I can. So let's go ahead and go back into our hair editor. Back into the bone section. We're going to select the hair. Move my fixed point up just a little bit. Take that stiffness down. And go all the way down to 20. Now let's see what that does. There we go. It's got some movement, but not too much, because you don't want it waggling around all over the place, but you do want it to have a little love going on. We'll check it in running and see. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's got some waggle. It's got some waggle. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today's tutorial. I appreciate you all coming in and checking this out. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a slice. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!